Hi, I'm Michelle Clark. I'm a Teens Reach coordinator.
I'm Lee, and I'm a Teens Reach coordinator.
Hi, I'm Ebony, and I'm a Teens Reach coordinator.
I'm Jeff Brennan, a children's and teen librarian.
My name is Joanne, and I'm one of the Teens Reach coordinators.
How to get a library card. Here's some library card basics, including what types of cards you have available to you and how they work. So in basic terms, a library card grants you access to library materials, whether they're print, physical books and materials, magazines, that kind of thing, or electronic. So these are ebooks, any of our streaming content, which includes movies and TV shows, as well as homework resources too. And there are two types of library cards available to teens right now. There's the e-library card and the student library card. And you do need either of these to access the materials listed above. However, you do not need a library card to register or attend any of the library events. And here's a pro tip. Before applying for an e-library card, contact library staff member, calling or using our online reference chat to confirm that you don't already have an account. It's quite possible that an account was created for you when you were younger by a parent or as part of a school visit. We set up cards for a lot of little kids, and sometimes by the time they become teenagers, they forget that they have one. So it happens, it's okay. Let us know and we'll figure it out with you. So I'm gonna go over some information about the e-library card. The e-library card was created when the library closed down for the COVID pandemic. It was a way for us to make sure that those who are new to the library had access to the library materials, especially for our online materials, which were the only materials available when we first closed. So the e-library card grants full access to our entire SJPL online collection of ebooks, electronic audiobooks, and streaming content, movies and TV shows, and music. It also allows unlimited use for all of our electronic resources, including online homework help and research databases. With an e-library card, there is no access to print or physical materials on the library shelves. Holds cannot be placed on materials like this, and it cannot be used used with your e-library card. You also must be a resident of the city of San Jose, and it's only available while libraries are closed. And if you need help, always call. Staff members are available most often during the day, and our website does include helpful information about e-library cards and other library card membership issues. But if you want help right away, we are always here to help you sort out your account and answer any questions you may have. The numbers and the URL to contact us are below. The student library card. The student library card allows you access to both electronic items and physical and print materials. You may check out up to 5 items at a time, request or hold up to an additional 5 items. And there are no late fines on all overdue materials. This includes children's materials, young adult materials, and adult materials. You get full access to the entire San Jose Public Library online collection of ebooks, electronic audiobooks, and streaming content, movies, TV, and music. There's also unlimited use to the San Jose Public Library electronic resources, including online homework help and research databases. If you need help with a student library card, help is available for you with us. Student library cards are issued by the school district in cooperation with San Jose Public Library. Lauren Hancock can answer any questions you may have about your student library cards, and she is with the library itself. Her number and a general inbox for email with questions is listed below. And it's a demo time, how to get a library card, or finding more information about library cards and what can be used on our website. So head over to https://www.sjpl.org and follow along with me. All right, here is our main website. You can go to it by going to sjpl.org, or you can just search for San Jose Public Library using a search engine. From here, you have a lot of quick links for how to use the library while we are closed. And the first one linked at the top is how to get a library card. You can click here to understand how to get a library card or become a member. You can also use the navigation bar at the top. If you hover over your library, the first thing in the list under member services is becoming a member, get a library card. So if we scroll down, you'll see some information about how to get a library card and what kind of options you have. As a teen, you have access to an e-library card. This tells you who is eligible for a library card, what you can check out, and any item limits that are there. By clicking the green sign up button, it takes you to a form. This is ages 0 to 17, excuse me. And you can click on this form and you can fill it out here. You will need a parent or guardian name, but that's the only thing here. Everything else is your information. Going back to the different types of library cards we have, we also have a temporary card, but unfortunately, which is an upgrade from an e-library card, it's only available to adults, unfortunately. At this time, while the library is closed, full access cards are not available. If you scroll down even more, we have school membership options, and that brings us to the student card. It tells you who is eligible and the card type, and what kind of things you can check out, any limits you have, and the expiration. Your student library card actually works until you graduate high school. So you have the same card, same number, regardless of when you started. And then from here, you can look at the list of participating school districts. If you are a part of any of the library districts, or excuse me, school districts that are listed here, simply click on the information and it tells you what your library card number would be and what your PIN would be. If you have any questions, like I said, about your student library card and what it can be used for and how you can get access to your account, please feel free to contact Lauren Hancock. And that's it on you and your library card.
Searching the catalog. I will first explain how to search and place holds. Go to SJPL website, www.sjpl.org, to find the title you want. Then go over to the search box on the right-hand corner and type in your topic or title. And on the side, you'll see there's a search button. Click on the search button and the software will pull up a list of titles for you. Look through the titles to see which one suits you. And I would suggest that you watch. After finding the title that you like, watch for the availability. You'll see this one says all copies in use, so you probably don't want that one. And here's one that's available, so that's a possibility. And the other thing you want to watch for is to see what type of format the item is. This is an ebook, so if you don't want an ebook, you probably don't want to select this one. So be careful. There's a lot of different types of books. We have audiobooks, we have DVDs, so make sure that you choose the right format. And then you can go ahead and select place a hold when you've decided which item you want. The computer will then have a pop-up screen that would ask for your username and library card. Go ahead, type in your username and your PIN number. Then the software will pop up with a confirmation page with the title of the item, confirming that you want this particular item, and you would confirm it by clicking on that button, confirm hold. And also be sure at this time to make sure that the pickup location is the one that you want. So it's pretty easy to place a hold and request. And then the staff will pull the items and have it shipped to the location that you want. The next topic I wanted to explain to you is searching and checking out e-materials. For this, I have the title, The Bluest Eye, as an example. And so once I typed in the bluest eye, you'll see that I have the different types listed out for the bluest eye. And you'll see that there's a lot of different editions and formats. So on the very top, you'll see that we have a lot of electronic items available. The downloadable audiobook, we have the ebook over here, and these are all formats that you can download. And you'll also notice that they have different vendors. So this one is from the Cloud Library, this one's from Overdrive, and this one is, again, Cloud Library. So you can choose which vendor you would prefer to have your item downloaded from. There's many. We have Access 360, and as you can see, Cloud Library, Hoopla, O'Reilly, just to name a few. And when you decide which one you want, then you just click on the checkout now on the right-hand side. Clicking on the checkout will bring you to the vendor platform for San Jose Public Library. So notice that this is no longer in San Jose Public Library, but rather at the Overdrive site now. We are no longer at San Jose Public Library. And when you see on the side, it says My Account, it is actually with Overdrive and not San Jose Public Library. So this shows what you have, electronic books that you have checked out through Overdrive. And this bookshelf here will show you the list of books that you have checked out. If you decide that you're interested in this particular title, go ahead and click on Borrow, and it will bring up this pop-up. At this point, the computer would prompt you for your library card number and PIN. I'm going to go ahead and show you the Overdrive account page. And you can access this by going to our website, sjpl.org, and then selecting Books in eLibrary. You will also probably have to type in your library card number and your PIN number, and it will show you what you have checked out. And so this is what it looks like in that account page for loans. And you'll see that this is the Blue SI that I just checked out. Teen Online Resources. From the sjpl.org website, you would like to select Children and Teens on the navigation bar. When you pull down the navigation bar, you'll see that there is a page for student help. So click on Student Help, and that will take you to this page. From this page, you'll see that there's several tabs that you can select, one of which is tutor.com, and the other one is online resources. Tutor.com is a resource that the library offers to students free of charge, live tutors, experts in their field to help you with your homework. So I really recommend this for high school students, and if you need in middle school. And the other one is for if you're doing research and you're looking for newspaper articles or magazine articles, or you're looking for reference material on certain topics for a research paper, I recommend this particular tab, Online Resources. We're going to first talk about what you have to have. You need to have your library card to access these online resources. So tutor.com, what is it? It is a website that the library subscribes to, and it offers students free tutoring from 2 o'clock in the afternoon after school till midnight. And there's a lot of good tutors in all different subject fields that would be ready to help you with your particular homework assignment. It also has, they have recently have added a test prep site that has made it really useful too. So this is what the page looks like, and you see there's a lot of different topics, and you would select the grade level and then which subject you wanted help with, and you could do it with only chat, or you can do it with chat plus voice. You can get to Princeton Review, ACT, SAT test prep, and this is a really good test prep resource. So what does it offer? It has full-length practice tests, and it will actually create a detailed score report. It'll tell you which problems you missed, and then it'll target with video lessons for whichever, like for instance, math, which particular math problems you need help with. They'll have a video lesson to kind of tutor and help you with that. And then it'll also actually give you practice drills. So it is a really nice prep source. I recommend that.
Thanks, Joanne. Hi, it's Ebony again, and I'm here to talk to you about evaluating resources, what that even means, and how to go about it. There is so much information out there, especially online, but how do you know which information is right and which is wrong, and what are opinions and biased statements? To evaluate a resource is to scrutinize it to make sure it's valid, reputable, and something that can be accepted as fact because its information source is trustworthy. Okay, after hearing all that, you get it, but do you? Let me give you a real-world scenario. Your teacher assigned you a topic. You've got a paper to write about the Olympics. Great. You're an expert. You've been watching the games all your life. You can write about this based off of what you already know. But your teacher wants you to tell her about the evolution of the Olympics from conception to now. You can guess at some things, but you like to be right. Who doesn't? So you're going to need sources, and those sources have to be right as well. You want an A. And to get that, your sources have to pass the CRAP test. Yes, I said crap. CRAAP stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. Let's run a CRAP test. We are going to test Olympic.org, the official website for the Olympic Games. All right, so the first letter in CRAP stands for current. How current is this website? When was the last time it was updated? If I scroll down to the bottom where the copyright for most web pages are located, I see copyright 2021. That means this website has been updated extremely recently. And if you come here, you see where they are promoting the Beijing 2022 Olympic Games. So yes, this website is extremely current. Check. R. And CRAP is for relevancy. Is this the information we're looking for? Well, your assignment was to write a paper about the Olympic Games. We want to know its origin, probably its mission, its funding. So all of these links here provide information like that under About. And if I come down to the bottom of the page, it also provides information about the ancient Olympic Games. So this is going to answer one of those questions that your teacher asked you, and that should be in the rubric for your paper. So check, yes, this is relevant to your project. Authority. Who is providing this information and can we trust them? If I come back up to the top, I go to About, I can click on who we are. If I read this first paragraph, it lets me know that the International Olympic Committee is putting the information out or checking this information for the website. And over here, I can see a listing for who the president of that committee is, the executive board, and their values. So check for authority. Accuracy. Now this one kind of depends on your better knowledge. I've skimmed this information. Things look to be spelled correctly. The grammar seems very sufficient. And I don't see anything that sets off any red flags in my mind that information on this site is false. Once again, it looks very professional. It's well organized. So I'm going to give it a check. All right. The last letter in CRAP is a P, the purpose. What is the site's intent? I see that their vision and mission is to support the Olympic movement. And I can go to About and look at the different things that they promote. But none of these things are trying to sell me anything. They're just telling me about the Olympic Games, their history, and what they stand for. So I don't think I'm going to find any biased information here except for them saying, yay, Olympic Games, and that is okay. So I'm going to say check. So this website does indeed pass the CRAP test. And now you guys know how to administer a CRAP test as well. Back to you. Great. You've got evaluating resources down. Now let's talk about finding resources. Google is great. I use it all the time. But Google gives you resources that can be fabulous or awful. Good thing you know how to tell. But here are some quick cheats when it comes to evaluating certain websites. Websites that end in .edu and .gov are usually reputable because they come from academic institutions and government sites, which mean the sources undergo a rigorous scholarly review process before they're even published. Websites that end in .org, .com, or .net. I mean, sometimes these websites can have pretty good information, but you must run a CRAP test. Org might mean an organization. Are they trying to sell you their product or sway you to their opinion? .com and .net are domain names that can be purchased by anyone. There are also resources known as wiki. And I think everyone's favorite wiki is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is home to some great information. If you don't know something about a subject, a wiki article can give you the basics and even some talking points. However, who is this article coming from? Even after running a CRAP test, you can't truly trust quoting from a wiki. Why? Because anyone can publish or edit a wiki article. Good articles from Wikipedia usually have footnotes where the author cites or mentions their reputable sources. Click those links and you will probably be taken to edu and .gov sites. And hey, if they're relevant to your assignment, you can use those too. Aside from Google, which gives you sources, good and bad, where else can you find sources for research? Shh, don't act surprised. You knew I was coming back to the library. So at San Jose Public Library, we've got databases, we've got encyclopedias, we've got newspapers, magazines, reference books, and what's best is a lot of those things can be accessed online through our SJPL website. And I want to talk to you about one of our best resources for you guys to do online research on, and those are databases. What is a database? A database is an online electronic collection of, say, scholarly articles, newspaper articles, articles from magazines, maps, transcripts from interviews, images, videos, you name it, it's probably in a database, and they're all compiled for you in one place. Now, there are many different types of databases and many different companies that own them, and some of them are arranged by topic. We're going to talk about the databases that San Jose Public Library actually owns and which ones we recommend that you use for your research. To find the best databases, we recommend for students to go to sjpl.org. You want to hover over the Children's and Teens link. From the drop-down menu, select Online Homework Help. On this page, you'll see a variety of online resources offered, and some of them are databases. The first selection you see are databases that specifically feature articles from newspapers, journals, magazines, and more. So if you're looking for a periodical source, you could look here. But if you are researching a specific topic and are looking for an assortment of different resources, articles, pictures, dissertations, chapters from books, videos, encyclopedia entries, and more, scroll on down. The databases I want to introduce you to are Explora for high school students and Explora for middle school students. I'm going to click on Explora for high school students just so you guys can see what it looks like inside of a database. Now, you will have to have your San Jose Public Library card for you to be able to access these databases remotely. So upon entry, you're going to see different samplings of subjects. Here's where you enter in what you're searching for. Let's say you're doing a research project on civil rights, and I'm going to type that in, and I'm making sure that I spell everything correctly because the database isn't as kind as Google, and if you misspell something, it will say it does not recognize that word instead of offering you a spelling suggestion. All right, and now the database says that it has over 137,000 hits on the topic of civil rights. So it is safe to say the database has got you covered when it comes to needing resources for your research project, because I doubt that your teacher will ask you for quite that many sources, maybe 5 to 10, and the database has you covered. And you have to remember that all of these resources are originating from different sources. So though you found them all in this one database, they're books and articles that are coming from various journals. They just happen to be compiled in this one place for you. I'm going to click so you guys can see what a database article looks like. Now that we're inside the article, you see it provides you with images. There are different links, and if you click on these links, it'll take you to other articles. You can also come over here and say, hey, maybe I want to read this later. You can email the article to yourself. If you're somewhere where you have access to a printer, you could print it out. You can choose to save it to a flash drive, or you can save it to your Google Drive. And also, here's a nifty little link. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more in depth about citations later on, in fact, right after this. But I want you to at least see where you'd find a citation in a database and what they look like. So these are professional citations, and I don't know if you guys have been told about citations before or have even created them, but the kind of citations you guys will probably use for your teachers are APA, Chicago, and then another here known as MLA. You can copy and paste these citations into your paper. Now that I've showed you that feature, I'm going to go back. Now that we're back to all of those lovely resources, remember how I said your teacher might only want you to have 5 to 10 resources? So while it's nice that this database has over 100,000 hits for you, you don't need all those, and I highly doubt that you want to read through them all. So now we can come over here on the right-hand side where you see things known as limiters. Now, a database limiter helps you narrow your subject. So the first thing you want to do when you look at limiters for databases is you want to make sure the limiter for full text is always checked. And then you want to check the box for scholarly and peer-reviewed. And what that basically means is that somebody smarter than the person who submitted the article read over it and said, yeah, I think this article's all good, and they posted it. So it's an extra crap test. But if you look, you see now we only have 2,000 articles instead of that 100,000, which is good. Now I can also change publication date. I'm going to change my limiter date and say I don't want anything older than 10 years. Now when I do that, that brings my article count down to 847. That is still an awful lot, but you know, better safe than sorry. You want to have more articles than you can manage sometimes. All right, now if you come over here, you can change your source type. You can say, hey, I only want biographies, or I only want academic journals or chapters from books. I can also change the Lexile range, meaning if I think some of these articles that have popped up are too dense for me to read or understand, they're hurting my eyes, I can say, hey, maybe give me something at a high school level, junior high level. I don't need that college level stuff. So you can play around with the ranges and see what you need. Coming back up, you can also say, okay, I need my term to be even more narrow than that. Civil rights and a specific movement, a specific person. So if I want to narrow it down even more, I can click on advanced search. And this is where I can add an extra term. So I can say civil rights and Malcolm X. And I'm going to spell it right, I promise. I'm going to hit search. And let's see what we pull up. All these articles should be highly relevant to what I'm searching. And now you guys know how to search the Explorer database. And one thing I can say is, once you learn how to search one database, you can pretty much search them all. And it's the same for search engines as well. So now we're going to move on from database searching, and we're going to go back to citations as I promised.
Why is citing your sources so important? Well, number one, you want to give credit to the content creator. And at number two, you want your work to be able to pass a crap test for those who might want to reference you one day. Also, you do not want to commit a thing known as a plagiarism. Plagiarism means that you borrowed from a work, but you didn't give credit to the original author. You will never do that. When in doubt, always cite.
All right, so we're done. Was that quick and painless, or just painless or quick? I don't know.
No, don't lick that. There's adhesive on the back of it. Just peel it.
So it is. Here comes Michelle.
It's Michelle again, and I am going to talk to you all about our virtual programs and our programs for teens and events and how to access them on our website. So for now, we're only doing exclusively virtual programs because the library, of course, is still closed for the COVID pandemic. We're going to talk a little bit about how to find virtual programs, our events, and some social media outlets as well for the library. So events and programs for teens. The San Jose Public Library is constantly developing and hosting programs and events specifically for teens and young adults. SJPL both hosts their own internally developed programs as well as hosts with local partner organizations. And I mentioned this below. If you see something missing from the list of events and programs, and you think there should be a program event or something that covers a topic that you think would appeal to other teens, develop your own program and submit your own idea to our program proposal website, which is listed below. Your feedback on our programs and what we offer is invaluable. We always want to hear from you. Past and current programs and events topics include authors visits, book clubs, college admissions assistance and information, standardized testing assistance and prep for PSATs, SATs, ACTs, all those things. Computer coding classes and workshops, learning circles for fiction writing, general writing, as well as learning circles for other courses from a wide variety of topics. We have drawing classes and other art programs, and we have physical and mental wellness programs, including mindfulness workshops and yoga. And we are also on social media. We have quite a variety of outlets and how we use them to get you connected to the programs and events that are coming up and ones that we have had in the past. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, and we are on Twitter, all of which we are found at San Jose Library, listed here. We are also on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel with a wide variety of recordings for various crafts and arts and other STEAM-related projects and exercises and activities. We also have a wide variety of content for younger viewers, so story times and the like. And you can find us on YouTube at SJPL Video. And it's demo time again. So head on over to www.sjpl.org and you can follow along with me. So here is our main page for our website, and we're going to learn how to find programs and events for teens. So the best way to do that is actually going to the teen page first. So on the navigation bar at the very top, it's going to say children and teens. You're going to hover over it and then, or click on it as I just did. You can either click on it or hover. If you click on it, it gives you a list of all the pages for young children, kids, school-age kids, and preteens and teens. So go ahead and click on teens, preteens, and teens, and it'll take you to the teen page. The teen page has a wide variety of information regarding TeenHQ, SJ Engaged, Teens Reach and other volunteer service, homework help, and Teen Reads, book and media recommendations for teens. We also have a link for events for teens, and that takes us to our next site. These are all of the events that are tagged for teens and preteens, so roughly ages 10 to 18. You'll notice on each listing of event, there will be some tag and audience tags at the bottom. So you can see that this virtual resume and cover letter workshop is for a lot of different ages. So 12 to 18, including adults and seniors and people over 65. This is basically for anyone who is working age. But then if you scroll down here, there's a Scratch Fundamentals virtual workshop. And this is for kids ages 5 to 10 and preteens ages 10 to 12. This is a catch-all, our teens and preteens, for any programs that include those tags. So you're gonna have to look a little bit closely to see if the program is actually right for you. We do have math contest, virtual classes. We have more resume reviews, math and science tutoring for tweens and teens, integrated math 1, homework club. This is for actually preteens. Learn Python basics, and then you can always click show more. And it will load more everything in chronological order, starting from the most recent and in progress ones here and going forward. At this point, all programs and events require registration in order to attend. Everything is being held via Zoom right now. So you might notice that a lot of them have a wait list and some of them are even full. For the wait list, it's not a problem. Simply provide your name and email address for the registration and hopefully you get a spot in the actual event. For everything else, if you want to register for an event, if something looks really good, maybe you want to sign up for Educational Parks Virtual Teens Reach meeting, you can click on the event link, the event name, and then click on register. And when you click on register, it's going to ask for your first name, your last name, and an email address, and how many people you're registering for. You can register without a library card. You do not need a library card to attend any of our events and programs. You can log in with your library card by clicking on login here. You can see that here, and it will allow you to log in with your library card number and PIN, and it will use the information you have on your library account to fill in this information here, first name, last name, and email address. We do recommend that you have an email address when you register for programs and events because that is how we provide you with the Zoom link and contact information. And simply by going back, click anywhere outside of the event listing and it will take you back to the website you were at before. And this is the full listing of events. If you're looking for a specific type of event and you want to search by keyword, you certainly can here. This will catch anything, whether it's in the title of the event or in the body of the event, any keywords here. You can also filter by date, and you can also filter by locations. At this point, pretty much everything is online, so it's going to be clicked online. You can also look at our event types here. Maybe you're interested in learning a language, or perhaps you're more interested in celebrations and festivities. Go ahead and click on those. It'll filter the results on the right. You can also look at our various types of programs and the audience too. If you happen to be between the ages of 12 and 18 and you are interested in anything that's labeled for preteens, simply uncheck the preteen box, and that will filter the results again. You can also look at everything that we're offering by simply clicking on clear filters. That'll show you every event and program that we have on our calendar starting from right now. Lee is going to talk to you about volunteering as a teen with the library. Heads up, Lee.
Thanks, Michelle. This is Lee again, and I'm going to talk a little bit about volunteering at the library. Some of you might have community service requirements at your school, but even if you don't, there are a lot of benefits to volunteering at the library. You get basic job experience. You can learn how to work with people of different backgrounds and ages. You meet a lot of new people, and you have a chance to give back to your community, which you can also list on college applications. There are a lot of different volunteer opportunities for teens throughout our system, but these are the 4 basic volunteering opportunities right now: Teens Reach, Virtual Teen Book Reviewer, Virtual Short Story Writer, and SJ Engage. All 4 of these positions are online. In other words, you do all your volunteering from home. Teens Reach is a library service group for ages 13 to 18. It's available at every library location. Past activities include helping develop and run children's craft programs, staffing summer learning registration tables, and representing the library at outreach events. For the Virtual Teen Book Reviewer position, you can write short reviews for books in our online catalog. This is perfect if you have limited time to volunteer, because your book reviews can be done in your own time and submitted at any time. You earn 1 volunteer hour for every book review posted, up to 10 reviews per quarter, and 40 per year. For the Virtual Short Story Writer position, you can submit your own original stories for review and possible inclusion into our short edition story collection, and you receive community service hours in return. With SJ Engage, you can earn volunteer hours by learning about local and current civic topics, especially those affecting teens, including gun violence, immigration, homelessness and poverty, mental health, climate change, and more. If you're new to volunteering at the library, you might be wondering how to sign up. If you're on a computer or a mobile device, go to our website, sjpl.org, and follow along. This is our website, sjpl.org. So you want to look at the categories in this black bar near the top and choose the one on the left, your library. And then under your library, go over to the right, and under Get Involved, click on Volunteer. That will take you to our Volunteer Services website. Scroll down until you see this link on the left, How to Become a Library Volunteer. This page shows you the steps involved in becoming a volunteer. And if you scroll down towards the bottom, you'll see a list of library locations, and these links take you to lists of volunteer opportunities for each location. So you want to choose the location that's most convenient to you. Usually that's one that's close to your home or your school. I'm going to choose Rose Garden Branch, and that will take us to a list of volunteer opportunities at Rose Garden Branch. You can see Teens Reach, SJ Engage, Teen Book Reviewer, and Teen Writer for short editions. If you're interested in more information on any of the positions, you can click on the red information button for more details. Once you've decided on which position interests you the most, you can click on it and then go up on the right side to this red button that says fill in an application, and that will take you to a page where you can create a volunteer account. You do that by creating a username here on the left, adding your email address, reading through our policies up at the top, and then checking this button down here that says you agree with the policies. Then you click on the red Save and Continue button. Once you do that, you can create your online application. You'll be asked for your name and contact information, any skills you might bring to the position, and what your interests are. Once you submit your online application, all you need to do is wait for a staff member at the location you've chosen to contact you. And that's how you apply to be a library volunteer. Now Jeff is going to talk to you about some of the things available to you at TeenHQ. Here you go, Jeff.
Really? TeenHQ is located at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Library in downtown San Jose. Located on the mezzanine just above the children's room, TeenHQ is a space exclusively for teens. No children or adults allowed. You'll find plenty to do at the TeenHQ, including hangout space to relax, do homework, read some magazines, or chat with your friends. A recording studio with sound mixing equipment and a soundproof booth. A makerspace with a variety of specialty tools and equipment for custom projects, including 3D printers, vinyl cutters, and more. A video game lounge with a supply of consoles and games you can use while you're at TeenHQ, or bring your own. All of these spaces are free to use and reserve with your library card. We'll even supply you with training and materials. We also have a variety of special events based on your requests, and in some cases even run by teens like you. Past events have included snacks from around the world, open mic night, board game parties, political activism for teens, succulent pumpkins, virtual reality, and much more. As we move towards reopening, the library wants to know, what kind of space do you want TeenHQ to be? We're always looking for suggestions, so don't hesitate to reach out to us with your thoughts and ideas.